Hey, how you doing? This is Kitch, and you are watching me play Factorio. I did a little bit of planning in between episodes. I want to do a little bit of bus planning in this episode, but I already kind of measured some stuff out. Let me just kind of explain what my thoughts are here. We're going to have a path that comes down through here in between these two furnace rows, then a path going across that way. It's going to continue on down this way, and right here, I believe, is where I want my main bus path, the main one that goes all the way up to be. Over here on the right-hand side, this is where our collision bus is going to be. I like to have a place where we can run things like pipes, stuff like that, and just roboports, anything that we could possibly collide with. I like to keep over in that area. And then we're going to start our main bus right here with these 4 lines, and then these 4 lines will probably be iron and copper, most likely, and then have a little path going this way as well. So right here, our main bus is going to be going down here on the left side. Over here on the right side is where we're going to start building stuff. And we're almost ready to do that. However, as pointed out in the last episode, I have discovered a little bit of a problem in that there is just a huge forest down here. Absolutely huge. Okay, we got bullet damage 1. Let's go ahead and do bullet shooting speed 1. Anything else we really need right now? Maybe automation 2? Yeah, let's get that going. I looked for some mods to maybe help out with this situation, and I came across one. I mean, there's a whole bunch of mods out there for destroying wood, but this one seemed to be interesting. I'd never heard of it before, so I thought we would give it a try. Basically, what it is they're called wood harvesters. They look like little assembly machines right here. And we can go ahead and let's just plop one down right here. And as we do, it's going to start gathering timber and start creating wood. And I have a, let's see, I have a little fast inserter right there. We'll place that down. And this guy is going to get busy chopping down some wood for us. So it's basically what it's doing is it's automating what I just did right there. We place a machine down. And place a little box, and it's going to start taking the trees down and put them in boxes. And if we zoom out and just kind of watch, we might be able to see, yeah, right there, tree just disappeared. Ah, right there, that tree oh, one over there disappeared. So yeah, it's going to basically suck all the trees down in the area. And I'm going to go ahead and set up a couple of these. I played around with them just a little bit, and they do work well. They do work fast, but they could work faster if we just help them along a bit, we shall say. Let's see, I totally missed where the electricity was there. It is kind of a little bit ironic that you have to chop down wood sometimes in order to fit these guys in, but it is definitely worth it in the long run. And I'm going to go ahead and place a couple of these. I made 10 of them. I don't know if I want to put all 10 down. Might. Just depends on how fast we want to get these. Okay, so there's those. And yeah, see, this area up here is cleared out already. So they move fairly quickly. But I'm going to go ahead and place several of these down because I want it to be done very quickly. And we'll be able to start working on our bus here shortly. All right, so all that stuff is working. We've got our power down here. How is our power doing? It's probably about due for an expansion. I'm making some inserters right now. So we'll get to that here in a second. What I want to do first is place down some of these turrets just to get this area defended. This has a radar here, so it is kind of prime real estate. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the mod that we have installed for doing that quicker. We'll just not do that for now. Put a couple of turrets up there, and may throw in a couple down here. Let's see, can we do that? How did that go? 5 and 6. All right, I guess it ignores the bullets that you currently have in your inventory, or you currently have over here loaded into your weapons, which is fine. And let's go ahead and take this rock out. I've been doing a lot of rock taking outage. A lot of it. If you look in my inventory, you can see that I have a ton of rock. I may, before we go into bus planning, just go ahead and set up some stone smelting here, just to dump some of this off and to get this stuff going. Let's see, that's going to be underneath there, underneath there. This is actually technically a little bit larger than what we currently need for stone smelting at the moment, but it fits in the space, so we'll just go ahead and do it full. Let's see, do we have enough of these? I think we're just going to have plenty to do that. And that will go ahead and get the power flowing. Not nearly as concerned as I was in the Impractical Factorio series with the stone supply. We have just so much of it laying around that I'm not worried about running out. I did have a playthrough a long time ago where I literally ran out of stone, and there was no stone to be found anywhere, and there was like a very small deposit that I saw like very, very far off, and I didn't have enough stone to actually get enough railroad tracks and stuff like that to get it. We have a very small supply right there, and I don't know why. 192k there. There's one down here, 49k. There's a whole bunch of little smaller ones all around. I'm sure there are bigger ones out. There's 23k right there. And then there's just all of this right here. It's everywhere. So I'm not too concerned about running out of stone ever. Let's see, how do we do these power poles here? I think what I was doing was just dragging them across like this for now. And, once we get the mediums in, they'll be powered up. Now, oh, I didn't set up any of these power poles. These ghost power pole images are very misleading to me. I kind of have a tendency to want to ignore them since they show up as being all connected and everything. And just for now, what I want to do is set up a box or two. Actually, just a single box will work. We don't need two. And do I have a fast inserter? No, I don't. Let's get that. We'll just throw like all this stone into that box. And get this fast inserter right here, knocking it out. And that will start smelting the stone. And we'll go ahead and take this down a ways just to be able to buffer a little bit of it. And we'll start building our paths with it here sooner rather than later. All right, let's take a look down here. Well, actually, before we get down there, let's go ahead and throw a couple of turrets over on this side. Yeah, see, I did that. It's like you have to do it or or not. And if we take a look down here, boy, our little wood harvesters just did a fantastic job. It's really kind of hard to tell because of how dark it is. But they pretty much did what it says. They went and took out all of this whole forest. Absolutely wonderful. A little bit of concern with that in that that whole pollution zone and all of that stuff goes with it, but for now, just getting those trees out of the way, it makes me extremely happy. All right, we'll move those on down. I think we probably need to move these guys on down as well. Boy, we've got a ton of wood. We're going to have to figure out something we need to do to get rid of that. That's another reason why I kind of like this mod, in that with like some of the mods, they just go through and destroy the trees. At least with this one, you kind of have to figure out something to do afterwards with it. But boy, that sure is nice right there. Okay, so we're right here. Let's go ahead and grab some assembly machines and start planning basically what we want to do with our bus. Generally, whenever I'm building a main bus, I'll reserve this first part right here as kind of a balancer to balance things out. With what I've been doing with my buses lately, it's really not that necessary anymore. Though, I don't know, maybe we go ahead and do it anyway. I don't know. Let me stock up on some supplies here. Some things like some iron and some copper so we can handcraft some things. Let's grab this belt. Oh gosh, we still have all that wood and all of that coal. The coal, I think we'll be able to get rid of fairly easily with our even distribution mod. Bam. Did I get it all? Ah, did. Okay, and let's see. I think some of our stone, we could probably get rid of it as well. And let's see. We wanted to go ahead and double up that. We're going to need a pipe as well. Grab some more power lines because why not? And couple of those. I think what I want to do here is get input priority left on these guys, so it'll suck this stuff up first. I want a box there. We're making electric stuff, aren't we? We're almost done though. All right, we'll let that. We'll go work on the power, and then we'll come back and work on our wood disposal unit. We need to place those there. Get you guys hooked up. Get you guys hooked up, and that will basically double power. We need a fast inserter there, one there. We need our other box here. We can go ahead and put half of the wood in there, the other half of the wood in there. And get those guys going, and I believe those should priority feed that into this line right here. Let's just go ahead and pull all that coal out. Boy, input priority on the left. Yeah, you guys just aren't sending the wood out fast enough. That'll be fine though. Eventually it will all burn out and we'll leave nothing but the wood down there, and that will take care of all of our excess wood problem. Eventually, over time. All right, so what was it we were going to do this episode? I'd forgotten already. Oh yeah, we were going to plan out our main bus. So let's get back down here to where the main bus is, and we'll get to working on that. Let's see, we have some more materials. We do. I want to go ahead and just build a ton of splitters and get a ton of underground going as well. We've already got 20, which is pretty good, but we can always use more. All right, so I was talking about before, I usually put a 4-way balancer. I don't think that's really going to be necessary anymore. So with the way that I've been building stuff, so I think we can just go ahead and start pulling off stuff like right about here. So the first thing we're going to want to make is I like to put an ammunition making place. And we'll start that maybe like right here-ish. And that is where it will go. And then we want to leave a little bit of space, 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces to be precise. And right here is where I want to start building our gear facility. And I think, at least starting out, these poles are going to be in the way. I think we want 8. I think we'll take in 2 yellow belts and produce a yellow belt of gears. I believe that is the ratio, but that will go right there. Then we want to leave a little bit of space and bring that down. And then we're going to start talking about making our gears, or circuits, green circuits. Pretty standard setup like this. However, I was thinking about doing something a little bit different this time. And I think it was the community server where this kind of design was where I got that. That is to bring an extra layer of copper so we can actually double this up. So this will come down right here. And I'm trying to remember how this middle part went. Let's see if we can just figure out something. So this will be some basically iron is what that is going to be. And then we can send out the chips onto that line right there. And then there was 4 lines coming out. I do remember that much. Let's see, how could we do this? What if we took that down like that? Then brought you in like that. So the output would be on there. That would go and get merged into the middle line and then come down and get merged across like that. I don't know if that is what I remember seeing or not, but we'll test it out and see how that works. And that, of course, will be another line of iron going that way. Yeah, we'll give that a shot and see what that ends up looking like. Just like that, and by giving the extra line of iron that comes up here through the middle, I usually do 1 line and then split it in half. But if we do 1 full line and another full line, as well as 2 copper lines on this side, we can actually double the length of this than what I usually do. So that could possibly mean that we could only have 1 of these instead of 2 like I usually do. That'll be good. That'll be green circuits, and 3, 4, and leave some space. And on another note, I just want to say how wonderful it is, I think, to just be able to make green circuits. It's one thing in the Practical Factorio series. Again, it was fun, but man, it is so nice to not have to worry about that at all. Let's see, we actually need one extra space. So actually, one of these is going to be plastic and green circuits, I believe, and copper is going to run on the outside. And that's really all we need. This is going to be red circuits, and I think that is going to be plenty. And actually, what we want to do... One, two, three, four, is double that up. Because it's nice to double that up. It certainly is usually very, very necessary. You just need so many red circuits. 4. All right, that looks pretty good down there. Wow, look at these purple trees. Those are very alien. Very alien indeed. I like it. Like it a lot. And whatever this is. Kind of an alien cotton flower thing. I don't know. Nice. Okay, so that is... let's see, we got the green circuits. We got the red circuits. Next would be blue circuits. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. I think I would like to have 3 lines going in this time. The one thing with green circuits, with blue circuits, is I always underestimate exactly what is needed for them. They require just ludicrous amounts of things. And I think we want the extra space in there. Then 3 on the outside. Pretty sure that's what we need for blue. We'll just leave it. And that means we want to start building just regular things right about here. And boy, we're kind of far away from the main side of things, but I don't know, this is the way I prefer to build. And it looks like we've got some aliens over here. Not necessarily excellent. Yeah, I don't know. It's the way I like to keep things organized. I like to have all my circuits together. It just makes me happy. And it does mean that the base gets big quick, and we start building way down here and have a whole bunch of holes. But those holes will fill in over time. I don't know. Build the base you want. Don't build up. Don't temporary. Just build the base. Just build the base. Build the base. All right, well, I think I want to go through and clean up some of this stuff, mainly power lines and the wood harvesters that we have laying about, and get the wood gathered and thrown where we can dispose of it. A lot of these power lines and stuff we don't need. I'm going to clean this stuff up, and I will see you in the next episode, where we can go and start manufacturing things, getting things onto the bus, and hopefully get science started here soon. Because it looks like science may have stagnated a bit, and usually what that means is that we are out of something. We are actually out of copper, which is why that is stagnating. All right, well, I'll go fix that and get some of this stuff cleaned up, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.